much for joining me today, Diane. Diane Danzebrink is the founder of Menopause Support. Would you like to say a bit about yourself and how you started on this journey? What led you to start this massive campaign?
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I'm Diane Danzebrink. I'm the founder of Menopause Support, and Menopause Support was founded back in 2015. It was really in response to my own pretty horrible experience of menopause, and researching afterwards made me realize that there was certainly a need for an organization that put people at its heart, supporting individuals experiencing menopause and their partners and their employers too. So that's really how it came about. And then that was followed by a national Make Menopause Matter campaign, which is really aimed at ensuring good quality care, information, and support for everybody.
Brilliant. And what are the do's and don'ts when responding to menopause disclosures?
So I think the first thing to remember for a manager when responding to a menopause disclosure is that it has probably taken that individual quite a significant amount of time to have that conversation. And for some of them, that conversation could be something quite emotional. So I think allow plenty of time for that conversation to happen. Allow space in the conversation. Don't try and fill the gaps. And as I said, remember that for some, it can be emotional. Menopause is a very individual experience. So if you are talking to somebody who is having their own experience of menopause, remember that it's not going to be the same as maybe somebody that you know. It's going to be very different for them. I think it's really important that if you are going to share any of the information that's disclosed in that conversation, that you absolutely have permission to share that from the individual. And it's also really important that you make it clear to your colleague that the door is open to further conversations.
Yeah.
So if there are perhaps going to be conversations around adjustments, remember menopause, perimenopause to postmenopause can be a transition of some years. So the adjustments that are made or the conversations that are had are going probably to need to be adjusted as time goes on. So I think care and support are absolutely key. And as we all know, communication underlies all of our good relationships.
Of course, thank you. And what adjustments can managers make to support someone who's going through menopause right now?
So there are a variety of adjustments, and in all honesty, most of those adjustments are very simple. We often hear from women that just the simple things make a difference. So starting right at the beginning, as I said, having that, knowing that you have that support and that open line of communication makes a huge difference. But around practical adjustments, it could perhaps be for somebody who is office based, it could perhaps be that there is a conversation around that individual being able to have flexibility around working from home on occasion. It could be around flexible working times if they're coming into the office so that perhaps they're avoiding rush hour, which can be very difficult if you're experiencing lots of hot flushes or you're experiencing significant anxiety.
Yes.
If you're somebody who's struggling with hot flushes, just having a desk fan or being closer to the window can make a difference. If you're somebody who's having very heavy periods, then having sanitary products available in the toilets and having a change of clothing can make a huge difference to your levels of anxiety. I also think that for some, if it's memory and concentration, they perhaps need a quieter area to work if that's available, or perhaps the ability to step away from their desk more regularly just to have 5 minutes fresh air, again, can make a huge difference. But as I said, things are going to be different for every individual. For
Yeah.
some people, it will mean a change to their duties, to what they're actually doing. But for others, it can be much simpler than that.
Brilliant. Thank you. And what tips would you give to someone who's going through menopause right now?
So I would say learn as much as you can about what you're experiencing and try to learn from really good resources. So, one that I would point everybody in the direction of is something called Women's Health Concern, which is the patient arm of the British Menopause Society. So, try and understand as much as you can. If you are one of those individuals who's experiencing symptoms that are having an impact on your quality of life, don't wait to go and get some professional help and support from either your doctor or your practice nurse. Don't think, oh, I'll wait and see how bad it gets. If it's having an impact on your quality of life, that's the time to go and have those conversations. And equally, if you feel that it's having an impact on you at work, make that appointment to have that chat with your line manager. And if you don't feel comfortable speaking to your line manager, then there will be somebody else within the organization. So within your organization, it's you, Chelsea. You're the wellbeing and engagement manager, and sometimes not speaking to your line manager is the right thing to do. So I think don't leave it, don't wait, don't suffer in silence. Help is out there, and sort of know that you can reach out for support.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. It's been great to have this conversation and be able to normalize having menopause supports for women in the workplace. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much.